worst gaming experience just from being a girl gamer? Like, who has like a really, really horror story?
Me? Yeah. I'm the only girl in my family that loves to play video games. I learned from my brothers and stuff. One day, my best friend, who happens to be a boy also, brought over his Lupin the Third game, the PS2. I don't know a whole lot about the series, but I decided they were playing it, they were trying to figure out how to get further in the storyline. They were stuck at this little password thing. They got a little note that had like writing on it, and they were supposed to like do something. I knew how to fix it, but my brother refused to let me even try to help. I don't know if it was because I was his little sister, I don't know if it was because I was a girl, because I was younger, what.
It's probably because you were a little sister.
Yeah,
Probably if you'd been a little brother, probably would
still
have the same way. I think as a sibling.
Then later, I finally just thought, I know how to do it. He's like, fine, do it. I told him, let me see the note. I looked at it, look at the keypad. It doesn't have any written thing written on it. Turns out that they were like written little things and they were written on a note with like a tic-tac-toe board. So I never had this one. It was supposed to be the top, like left and stuff, like L would be top left.
I remember when, I'm trying to remember how old I was preteen, and my brother was little. And so he always wanted to play with video games all the time. And I had a Sega Genesis, the one with the cartridge goes right down into it. Yes. And we would play, and this is kind of like a real weird role reversal, but we would play, and I always had to let him win because he would throw tantrums. I mean, horrible tantrums with my Sega Genesis right in front of him. So I always had to let him win. So, as he was getting a little bit older and everything, he's like, I want you to really, really try to win. I was like, okay, you sure? And I was like, a few buttons, he's dead. He just starts getting madder. He's like, still want me to be? He's like, yeah. Playing and everything. Madder. He stands up without a word, walks a few feet forward, lifts his right leg, and smashes my Sega Genesis.
Oh.
Yeah.
Good.
I know you still It was horrible. And he did it twice. I got it.
Oh.
Or did it twice. He doesn't care. He's like a Rubbermaid Tupperware thing. He did not destroy him. He's like freaking Highlander.
Actually, a story just something like that. This 5-year-old, and his name's Alex. He's got a 7-year-old friend named Alex. They were playing games. Obviously, 7-year-old play a lot better than 5-year-old.
Yeah.
I don't know how many games they played after one of the matches. The 7-year-old won. 5-year-old got up. Boom! Right in the leg.
Oh my God. Has anyone ever had a gaming experience when it's gotten violent like that?
Oh.
Almost.
Really?
I had a roommate, couple roommates at the time, and one of my roommates moved out, and it was me and this guy, and I am not really a good gamer. I'm a button masher, and we were playing before, and he really would not let me play it until he played all the levels, so he unlocked everything.
I hate when people do that.
Yeah,
It's like, you can't play that.
Dude, he's like, it's my game system. Like, it's my TV.
Yeah.
But anyway, so eventually he got everything unlocked that we were playing. I button mashed. But the guy had a temper. I didn't know how bad his temper was.
Holy crap.
Until I beat him 10 times. I used 2 different characters. Both of them were female characters. Both female characters in the game. Kicked his ass every time for 10 times in a row. And he got up, he threw things, and eventually he tried to choke me a couple of times.
Holy crap.
Yeah. But
That's horrible.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. What's his name again?
I should have known his name happens Damien. So
Okay.
what's my girl named Purity? Her parents were not very nice.
I'll tell you a really funny story. Well, not funny. It's not funny. It's horrible. It's a funny, horrible story. We were playing, it was Solar in Georgia. It's another LARP game. And it was held in this huge park. And it was kind of sort of public, like it has a big parking lot and everything. They had this giant field. And so we're all off in this field, and we're all like battling and whatnot. And this is so bad. We're just like, I can't even remember what we were doing. And they're like, take 5 damage. And we look out across the parking lot, and we see this young woman running across the parking lot. And we see this big, she's a little girl. I mean, not a little girl, but she's tiny built. And then we see this guy running after her. And he comes up, he's right behind her. He reaches out and grabs her by the hair and pulls her back. And of course, all the guys in the sloppy game are like very, very chivalrous. You know, they're all like dressed up like knights anywhere. He has an army. They're doing a battle cry from the field. The guy he's like, I don't know what, I guess he was going to beat this woman. It was horrible. The grabber, he was like in this position, he goes, and then he looks at her. Do this. And I mean, there's like 20 guys from this field, and they're screaming, and this drops her, and she falls back, and they chased him down. And I think like 15 of the guys and the guy who was beating on the girl, they all got arrested. They beat the crap out of this guy. Oh, that was pretty cool. I just remember that story. It was like real nice.
Somebody needs to do a videotape spoof of that, just to see, you know, like all the melee guys, they have like their duct tape armor, just running. That's awesome. That is amazing.
Even more frightening.
What the hell is this?
Who's gonna throw his... My best friend's dad. He was back there, and he has like this full robe and everything.
The only story I have that can even compare to that is I'm actually from Oklahoma City, and there used to, I think they demolished it. There used to be, I think it was built in the 40s, 30s or 40s. It's called the Continental, and originally it was for stage shows like musicals, and it's where everybody would go and pay a nickel and get seats. And then later they transformed it into a movie theater, and so it's very, very big open, you know, like warehouse type situation with concrete walls and everything. And somehow it went under, and it got basically just became abandoned. And of course, it's not really somewhere we were supposed to go, but I had some friends who were playing Masquerade. If anybody's played Vampire the Masquerade, the original storyline, yeah, original storyline, some kind of weird modern day twist that they put on it. And they decided that it would be more fun to LARP somewhere like Continental. Like, you know, this place has been abandoned for probably 15 years or so. And of course, it's full of graffiti, and somebody had put sand down in where the stage used to be, and had like pit fights there. They were always saying on the news that people would go in there, you know, like Fight Club, ridiculous.
First rule about Masquerade.
Yeah, exactly. Well, here's the best part. So, the Continental is located in a parking lot behind, or I guess in front of a Barnes & Noble and across the street from the hospital. But there's a big fence around it, so usually you can't see people going in there. One of my friends that was playing this game is about 6'5", and he looks like a mountain man. He never shaves. He's just a huge hair, just, you know, down the bottom of his waist or whatever. They decided that they were going to break into the Continental and play a game, and that they were going to have all of their, oh my God, my brain's gang girlfriends or something to that effect come, and they were going to have a big gunfight in full costume.
Oh my God.
And these people are, you know, hardcore like me, so they're not going to have orange stripes on their guns. And they were full out biker bar looking, I mean, full leather trench coats, spike collars, you know, all their fake weapons, you know, the big like claw wrist cuffs that my friend had, gauntlets, swords, and unfortunately the Gang Girl guys brought a bunch of fake guns, including pistols and fake submachine guns, and one guy had a big potato launcher that he used to spray deodorant in and shoot spuds out. So he looked like he had a bazooka strap on his back. So somebody who's very ill in the hospital, it's meandering about their day with their little IV, And they looked down into the Continental to see these people clad in black and carrying submachine guns breaking into this building. And I'm assuming after they thought maybe it's just the drugs, they called someone who called the police, who called the SWAT team. My friend said all I remember was it was very dramatic, like very, very dramatic. LARP. There was, they staged it so that all the guys in one group were in the middle and they had all their backs to each other and they're like, oh. And then all the guys that were opposing them were in big circles. They said all they remember is truly like a movie. They were in this circle, they were circling each other. And the game master is saying all these dramatic things in a big booming voice, and all of a sudden a flashbang went on. And all of them fell to the floor and they were like, oh my God, what's going on? And the saddest thing was they said when they finally, the cops swarm in, and they've got like tactical gear on, and they're all like, you're on the ground. They said the worst part was when they finally figured out what was going on, they zip tied everybody's hands, they stand them all up. Every cop that was there started busting out laughing because they realized that a bunch of nerds broke into this abandoned warehouse with fake guns and big rubber claws, and they thought they were about to be the bust of the century. And they're like, my gun's real. You want to wear my helmet? I'll take a picture for you. And they all got fined like ridiculous amounts of money just for trespassing, and the judge actually threw out a bunch of their
criminal offenses
because he thought this is the most interesting case I've ever had in my life. Yeah, so note to self, there's a reason for peace bonding, and make sure nobody sees you carrying around Facebook. That's just
Or if you do, make an event.
Don't do it next to a hospital.
That happened to me at Dragon Con. I had a gun for my stormtrooper armor, and I didn't think about it. I was wearing my trench coat, and my friend's like, they brought me this new gun, and it had a real rifle scope on it, and I was like, cool, the parade. So I go outside in my trench coat with my gun. I'm like, look, you can see the people, and all of a sudden you hear. And the cops totally, they came to my room. It had an orange tip on it, but they came to my room and they were all like, and oh my God. I was like, yeah.
I think that's what's so great about LARPing, but it's kind of scary. There's such a fine line to where it goes too far.
Yeah.
It's kind of.